Hello, I'm Mark, and today I'm going to show you a few of my favorite things when it comes to competing in triathlon. And these are items I simply can't live without. They save me time and they save me headaches as well. So I hope you enjoy this video. Whether you're a beginning triathlete or an advanced triathlete, I think you might find a little bit of inspiration from some of the recommendations I'll make to you today with some of my favorite equipment, the must-haves for triathlon. So stay tuned. Okay, my first item, it's something everyone should be using. I love it so much that I put it on my regular other equipment. Can you guess what it is? Lace locks. These are lace locks on your shoes. This allows you to just slip on your shoe as if it were a slipper. Here, let me show you. You just take your foot, said foot, and you just slide it on and you're done. And you run. Those are called lace locks. They are absolutely essential. Save you a ton of times. Please don't lace up your shoes in transition. You can just kiss your lead goodbye. So lace locks, I love them so much, I put them on all of my regular active shoes. Number one essential tool to have. You can get them at most running shops or order online. This is a Mizuno Wave Runner. By the way, it's my third season in these. Love them. The next item is a racing belt. This is what's called a racing belt, and it has little attachments here that you can clip your number into, just like this. That's not me heavy breathing, that's my dog heavy breathing, by the way. So then you put your number here, and then look at this. You come off the bike, you put your shoes on, you grab your belt, and you go. There's no fussing with safety pins. You should never use safety pins anywhere in a triathlon. You don't have to have your number on in the bike, so you don't have to pin your number to your tri-suit or wherever. This is just for the run. You grab your shoes, grab your belt, stick it on, and you go. Never mess with safety pins again. This is a beautiful running belt. It is a huge, huge time saver. Every triathlete should have one of these. Again, available at most running shops or online. Okay, it's hot. My other favorite item is Body Glide, and this is the brand, but this is a chafe-resistant cream that you put on kind of like a deodorant. Looks like this. And if you have a wetsuit, you put it on any area where you have chafing with your wetsuit, and it will save your neck from a world of rash or rubbing. So you just stick it all around any place that has a friction point. But they are also really good to help your transitions. You put them on the inside of your shoe as well. You see, this one was recently used in a triathlon. You put them there and it makes them a lot easier to get on, especially if your feet are sweaty or wet. When you put on your cycling shoes, your feet are often wet, even if you towel them off. So this helps make them smoother. You can also put a little bit on the top of your foot to help prevent blisters if you're prone to blistering. So this particular one is called Body Glide. I've used it for a while, I really like it. There are others in the market. There's a really nice cream ones as well, so depending on what you like. So some type of anti-chafe cream for your shoes and your body. Okay, that was item number 3. My fourth item is, these are Camelback water bottles, and they lock at the top. So when I turn this, no water can come out. But when I open it, water still does not come out unless I squeeze on the bottle. So the bottle's open now. Do you see how it's not leaking? So you never, when you're riding, like in the old days, if you were a biker like me, you had to always open with your mouth and then squeeze. Now you just take out of your bottle cage, drink, and you're done. No fussing with any kind of attachment or using your teeth or potentially dropping your bottle. These are the greatest invention since disc brakes. I love them. This is particular Camelback. Camelback makes us a bunch of these, and they're pretty affordable as well. So these types of water bottles. My next item is triathlon bike shoe. Are you racing in regular bike shoes? Don't feel bad. I did that for quite a few years actually. and it wasn't so bad. You know, it wasn't like, you know, I lost races because of it, but I lost a lot of times in transition. So get yourself a triathlon specific bike shoe. This one's by Pearl Izumi. Notice how when you pull the strap here, it's held in place. So that when you go to put on your shoe, there's a strap here in the back. And so it's designed to be put on like this. So when I put on my shoe, I hold this and I pull on from the back, and that's instant fits onto my foot, instant pull onto my foot. Saves me a ton of time. How much time, you're wondering? Well, my last triathlon was this past weekend. I looked at the average transition times from even the top guys, 1 minute 12, 1 minute 15. My transition times were 41 seconds and 48 seconds respectively. And part of the reason for that are the lace locks and specific triathlon shoes, and then coating them with some type of anti-chafe cream, anti-friction cream as well. So go ahead and take the plunge, get yourself some triathlon specific bike shoes. They save you a world of hurt. Speaking of which, are you still wearing socks when you compete? Stop. Get used to riding with no socks, okay? There is no reason to be putting on socks unless you really have some kind of foot issue. Get used to racing without socks. It's not that bad, and most shoes you wear are pretty comfortable without socks, just so long as you get used to it. That'll save you a ton of time, and then just makes the whole experience a lot quicker, and you never have to even worry about sweaty socks or more probably wet socks. Ugh. Who wants to race in that all day? Okay, my next item, KT tape. Every time I have a little bit of a strain, a little pain somewhere, lower back pain, knee, whatever, I almost always correct it and fix it with KT tape. Noisy car. Athletic tape. This thing is a lifesaver. And you just go to a YouTube video, the KT tape website. Again, I'm sweating, it's hot out here. And they'll show you how to put the tape on for any type of strain or minor injury that you have. Obviously not for major injuries. So KT tape, I always have a bit of this. You never know when you're gonna need it. It is a lifesaver. And it's waterproof. Okay, my next item. Really super great glasses. I wear glasses in the bike and run. My bike helmet has an integrated visor, but if it's a hilly course, I'll wear a regular helmet with these babies. Check it out. These are my Rokas. These are the SR, the Rokas. I forget the product number, but they're awesome, and they have, of course, polarized lens, and these are actually good for cloudy and sunny days, kind of an all-around, all-purpose. You can change the lens out as well. But you need to splurge on your glasses, or at least get some that don't move. So literally, I could tumble through the weeds, and these will not come off my face. The pair I had before, I won't name the brand, but I had to always kind of reach up, and I kept having to adjust even during rides. These babies don't move. I run in them, and I wear them almost every day for training when it's sunny. I just love these bad boys. I think they look cool as well. So get yourself a nice pair of glasses. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg, but you know, they generally cost a little bit more than the GPU on the market. Okay, my last item for you today is something everybody should have for their bike, a torque wrench. Torque wrench. Most of us now ride carbon fiber frames, therefore you have to be very careful on the amount of torque that you put onto your bolts when you're adjusting your bike or putting together your bike or changing out parts on your bike. A torque wrench is essential. Most bikes have the torque spec at each junction where there's a screw, or each placement of the screw, and it's in millimeters. So you just look at that millimeter, you match it on your torque wrench, and then you can tighten, and then the torque wrench will release when you've hit that amount of torque. This saves you a world of worry. You know you're always torqued to the correct spec, and you don't risk cracking your carbon frame. Or in some cases, say you have a seat post with a seat wedge, if that isn't torqued up correctly, then your seat will simply fall down. And I'm embarrassed to say that happened to me once in competition. I still finished, but I was about an inch lower than I should have been, a couple of centimeters. than I should have been. It was very embarrassing. And I just didn't torque it correctly. So get yourself a torque wrench. This one I got, I think it was on eBay for a fairly reasonable price. So there you have it. Those are some of my favorite items, my must-have items for triathlon. For those who don't know, my transition times are one of my specialties, and that's where you can win or lose a race, especially if you compete at the lower distances like me, Olympic and sprint. Transitions are key. So all of these items here are meant to aid your transition, but just make your life easier as well and make things a lot less fussy. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Some other videos coming up here, review of the Quintana Roo and also the Canyon bike. Feel free to watch those. And I hope you enjoyed. All right, take care. Good racing.